EarthMC holds a very diverse community. Terrible players, nice players, terrible players, more terrible players. Like 90% of them are terrible players, but we still have variety. There are 10% of us that have different personalities from each other, and those are the players I'm talking about in this video. I'm basically just going to talk about the main types of players you're going to find while playing on the server, how common they are, where you're going to find them, whether you should avoid them at all costs. Basically the important stuff for someone getting into the community. Anyways, let's get right into it. But before I get into the video, make sure you do subscribe to the channel. More EarthMC content is coming your way this beautiful December, so if you want to subscribe, that will be a way to assure you don't miss any future uploads. Really helps me out, like just absolutely helps me out a ton. I'm trying to get to 2,000 subscribers pretty soon, so please do subscribe. The new player is the type of person you're most likely to see on EarthMC. You either know exactly what I'm talking about, or you are what I'm talking about. They join for one day, get recruited to a town, play for an hour, and log off. 80% of the time, they never join again. 20% of the time, they will join a couple more times before either phasing out of the new player personality or coming to their slow descent into nothing. EarthMC is made for a ton of these because of the queue system. Most players won't want to wait through a queue more than once, which makes a lot of one-time joins. This is a problem that can only really be solved by getting rid of the queue, but that's not something that Fix wants to do or would be an easy thing to do. I personally like the queue system, so it will stay with a ton of new players. The PvPer is one of the most annoying types of players to deal with. They usually group with each other in relevant warmongering nations. They're the type of player you'll see placing gold blocks outside of territory, and then when Beaverman 1 thinks it's one of his loyal subscribers giving him a gift and goes to get it, you kill him. You know who you are. Not all PvPers are bad people, but it's easy to develop a large hatred towards a PvPer if you are not their friend. They're most common in Africa and Asia and are worth trying to befriend. There's a lot of pros that come from being friends with PvPers. The nation owner is a very common player type found within the active EarthMC community. I'm sure a lot of people watching this video are in this category. Comment down below to show some of the new players where you guys are at. And I swear if you do not comment, I will come for you. A nation owner spends most of his time building around his one resident town, 2 if lucky. On a good day, you'll see a nation owner recruit players in chat. They spend way too much time on EarthMC and in all likelihood have 20 days of playtime at least. Nation owners tend to be on the nicer side of the EarthMC player spectrum though, so they aren't that bad. More friends always make the server more fun, so I'd say go for it. The toxic old player is a rare player type, and I'd say there are only around 30 to 40 people that really fit the bill for the toxic old player. This is the type of player that was active in EarthMC Classic and early Terra Nova, but never really quit. They just stopped playing very much around 2020. This type of player is known to be a spoiled brat, who even though they stopped doing stuff 2 years ago, still feels the need to act like their nation is the greatest thing to ever come out of EarthMC, which it's not. The greatest thing to come out of EarthMC is the sponges and vote crates back in 2019. Toxic old players don't deserve respect, but you'll find them with relevant and irrelevant players trying to befriend them because they think they're cool. I'd stay away from these guys if you can. They kind of suck most of the time. The Economist is the funniest player type on this list. They spend all day every day on EarthMC trying to make money in various ways. They vote every day at exactly 12:01 AM Swedish time when the voting site resets. They're known to have absolutely no friends in real life and probably had a rough childhood. They're trying to cope with that sad childhood by becoming successful on the Minecraft server EarthMC. No, it won't really make them happy, but maybe if they just get 1,000 more gold. Keep trying, big man. The politician is a whole different way to play the server. It can be a lot more fun if you're in the right environment and you're good at it, but it can also be very draining and sad if you aren't good at it. To enjoy being a politician, you need to find a nation with an active government, and keep that nation active. If the nation you're in dies, being a politician is not a way to play EarthMC. You'll just end up getting bored and finding a new nation. A lot of politicians will go from nation to nation trying to find an interest in government. I would always have considered myself a politician until I got settled into YouTube and stopped really caring. You can try hanging out with these people, but be warned, they might double-cross you. The inactive player is what ruined EarthMC. They stopped actively playing the server months ago, and now only get online once every 40 days to keep their town and player data. This is literally the worst part of EarthMC. These people are too selfish to let their stuff disappear, so they feel the need to ruin the game for new players and old players alike, uselessly taking up space, in-game and in real life. I'm kidding, guys, I'm joking, I swear. No, but seriously, this is the worst kind of player on the server, and whatever I say next is not as bad. The Doxxer is the name I'm giving to a certain type of person. The type of person everyone should stay away from. The type of person who seems off, and then as you get to know them more, you discover they're just an absolutely awful person. People like Future Lemon fit the bill perfectly. Most Doxxers end up being very iconic for how awful of a person they are. You'll find a lot of these people have played the server for a long time and are from Classic or the early parts of Terra Nova. You want to stay away from them at all costs, so if you feel like something's off about a person you meet on the server, and I cannot stress this enough, stay the frick away from them. Don't take risks on the server and become friends with Baked Potato. If you know me well enough, you get the reference. But anyways, that's gonna do this for this video. Again, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Gosh golly, I hope you enjoyed it. Toothbrush.